Alright, we are in the series La Mère la Pâte. We are now in the book of 1 Kings chapter 12, and I will begin to read with the first verse. And Rehoboam went to Shechem, for all Israel were come to Shechem to make him king. And it came to pass when Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who was yet in Egypt, heard of it, for he was fled from the presence of King Solomon, and Jeroboam dwelt in Egypt, that they sent and called him. And Jeroboam and all the congregation of Israel came and spake unto Rehoboam, saying, Thy father made our yoke grievous. Now therefore make thou the grievous service of thy father, and his heavy yoke which he put upon us lighter, and we will serve thee. And he said unto them, Depart yet for 3 days, then come again to me. And the people departed. And King Rehoboam consulted with the old men that stood before Solomon his father while he yet lived, and said, How do you advise that I may answer these people? And they spake unto him, saying, If thou wilt be a servant unto these people this day, and will serve them, and answer them, and speak good words to them, then they will be thy servants forever. But he forsook the counsel of the old men which they had given him, and consulted with the young men that were grown up with him, and which stood before him. And he said unto them, What counsel give you that we may answer these people who have spoken to me, saying, Make the yoke which thy father did put upon us lighter? And the young men that were grown up with him spake unto him, saying, Thus shalt thou speak unto these people that speak unto thee, saying, Thy father made our yoke heavy, but make thou it lighter unto us. Thus shalt thou say unto them, My little finger shall be thicker than my father's loins. And now whereas my father did lay you a heavy yoke, I will add to your yoke. My father had chastised thee with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions. So Jeroboam and all the people came to Rehoboam the 3rd day, as the king had appointed, saying, Come to me again the 3rd day. And the king answered the people roughly, and forsook the old men's counsel that they gave him, and spake to them after the counsel of the young men, saying, My father make your yoke heavy, and I will add to your yoke. My father also chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions. Wherefore the king hearkened not unto the people, for the cause was from the Lord, that he might perform his saying, which the Lord spake by Ahijah the Shilonite unto Jeroboam the son of Nebat. So when all Israel saw that the king hearkened not unto them, the people answered the king, saying, What portion have we in David? Neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse. To your tents, O Israel, now see to thine own house, David. So Israel departed unto their tents. But as for the children of Israel which dwell in the cities of Judah, Rehoboam reigned over them. Then King Rehoboam sent Adoram, who was over the tribute, and all Israel stoned him with stones, that he died. Therefore King Rehoboam made speed to get him up to his chariot to flee to Jerusalem. So Israel rebelled against the house of David unto this day. And it came to pass, when all Israel heard that Jeroboam was come again, that they sent and called on him unto the congregation, and made him king over all Israel. There was none that followed the house of David, but the tribe of Judah only. And when Rehoboam was come to Jerusalem, he assembled all the house of Judah with the tribes of Benjamin, and 180,000 chosen men, which were warriors, to fight against the house of Israel, to bring the kingdom again to Rehoboam, the son of Solomon. But the word of God came to Shemaiah the man of God, saying, Speak unto Rehoboam the son of Solomon, king of Judah, and unto all the house of Judah and Benjamin, and to the remnant of the people, saying, Thus says the Lord, you shall not go up nor fight against your brethren, the children of Israel. Return every man to his house, for this thing is from me. They hearkened therefore to the word of the Lord, and returned to depart according to the word of the Lord. Then Jeroboam built Shechem in Mount Ephraim and dwelt therein, and went out from thence. He built Penuel. And Jeroboam said in his heart, Now shall the kingdom return to the house of David. If these people go up to do sacrifice in the house of the Lord at Jerusalem, then shall the heart of these people turn again unto their Lord, even unto Rehoboam king of Judah, and they shall kill me and go again to Rehoboam king of Judah. Whereupon the king took counsel and made 2 calves of gold, and said unto them, It is too much for you to go up to Jerusalem. Behold thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And he set the one in Bethel, and the other put he in Dan. And this thing became a sin, for the people went to worship before the one even to Dan. And he made an house of high place, and made prayers of the lowest of the people, which were not of the son of Levi. And Jeroboam ordered a feast in the 8th month, on the 15th day of the month, like unto the feast that is in Judah, and he offered upon the altar. So did he in Bethel, sacrificing unto the calves that he made, and he placed in Bethel the praise of the high place which he had made. So he offered upon the altar which he had made in Bethel the 15th day on the 8th month, even in the month which he had devised in his own heart, and ordered a feast unto the children of Israel. And he offered upon the altar and burned incense. So that was it for chapter 12. So we are now in the new section of the book of 1 Kings. For chapter 1 to chapter 11, we're talking about the kingdom of Solomon, but now we are talking about essentially about the time that covers the kingdom of Jeroboam and the kingdom of Baasha and their children. From chapter 12 to chapter 16, we are talking about the kingdom of Jeroboam and the kingdom of Baasha. So in this chapter, so we will have, the nation of Israel will be divided in two. So we'll have on one side the group that will be called Judah, and in the other side we'll have the people Israel. So they will ask before this, they will ask Rehoboam to make the yoke lighter, but he will not hearken unto the counsel of the old man, but he will go with the counsel of the young man with whom he grew up. And the Bible will say that the people will forsake him, and they will have a new king, and it will be Jeroboam that will be king in Israel. Israel will be, so it will be all the 12 tribes, but without Judah. So he will have 10 tribes. And the Bible said that later Jeroboam, being afraid that the people will go to Judah for some specific feast of the Lord, he will set up calves. So he will put one in Dan, and the other it is in Bethel. Yes, in Bethel, the other. And so he will hinder the people to go to Judah when it is a feast of the Lord. So he will put in the exact same day, so that people will stay in Israel, because he's afraid to lose his kingdom and he's afraid to be killed. Some few nuggets about this chapter. It is that we saw in the last chapter with Hadad, when he had a good life with Pharaoh, but something will move him to leave the house of Pharaoh, to go back again, to leave this house. And Pharaoh will ask him, why do you want to leave me? And he will say, let me go only let me leave only. And the Bible will say that this man Hadad will become an enemy of Solomon. So God raised up an enemy for Solomon, because he had left the true God, forsake the true God to serve the false God. And here in the same way also, God said that the kingdom will be divided, and that's the that Rehoboam will lose the 10 tribes, and that's why God is moving his heart, just like you can see it was written that he forsook the counsel, the good counsel of the old man to the counsel of the young man, so that eventually he will lose 10 tribes. So sometimes it's nice to see how God can move the hearts of people. You don't have to stress about all the things, how they can happen, what can happen, but God is able to move the heart. God is able to orchestrate all the things so that his plan will move forward. And we have to trust on in the Lord, and he's faithful. He's looking, he have all the great picture, he have everything in his hand, he's able to use every situation. So that's a good news how God works, and how God can move everything, and it's nice to see it also. Okay, that was it for the book, the chapter 11, and we will see ourselves together for the chapter 12, and we'll see ourselves later, God willing, for chapter 13.